Whether new shooter, longtime gun owner, or even police officer or soldier, your handgun needs a Crimson Trace laser sight or light. Get the confidence and reliability you need to protect family, home, and country. Crimson Trace.
Welcome back to another full hour of Tom Gresham's Gun Talk. Tom's bringing you the best of the IWA Outdoor Classic Show. Now, once again, from on location at the Exhibition Center in Nuremberg, here's Tom.
All right, welcome back to Gun Talk. We are having a ball here. During the breaks, we've got people coming by. It's kind of fun. We're far away from home. We're in Nuremberg, Germany, on the floor of this huge show. It's kind of SHOT Show Europe, really. And we still see a lot of the people we know. A lot of the gun people are here. And one of our friends has just stopped by, Kenny Barlow from North American Arms. How you doing, man?
Doing well, Tom. How are you?
I am great. We had a bunch of fun. Actually, we had dinner last night.
Yes, we did. Thank you for a wonderful evening.
We have the 4 food groups in Germany. We have potatoes, beer, bread, and sausage.
And it was wonderful.
And it was wonderful, exactly. It was all excellent. So, all right, North American Arms, been around a long time?
Yes.
How long?
Almost 50 years. Somewhere in the 40s, I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, somewhere in the 40-year mark.
Wow, okay. So when you're describing North American Arms to somebody, what do you tell them?
I tell them what we do are 5-shot, single-action, 22 caliber mini revolvers. And what I mean by that is these are the perfect gun to carry in a non-carry permissive environment.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not talking legalities here.
Hey, that's up to the individual. I'm not
Right.
worried. I will tell you, I know a lot of people, not speaking to anybody in particular that I know, but a lot of folks have said, if it's not illegal to carry, even if there's a sign there, if it's not breaking the law, I'm just going to carry.
I hear that all the time, and obviously I leave it up to each and everybody.
You're agnostic on that one.
Absolutely. Yeah. What I will say is to follow the laws in your state. But what I mean by non-carry permissive environment is specifically what I mean is in situations when carrying a full-size firearm or even a compact or subcompact firearm isn't really an option.
Okay.
You know, sometimes carrying a Glock 19 or a Glock 17 is a little too cumbersome for some people.
Great guns, but you can't carry them all the time.
Exactly. So our gun goes right in your pocket, and it's for people who understand that 5 shots to 22 is a lot better than 5 shots of nothing.
Yeah, no kidding. And what's it they say? The first rule of a gunfight?
Have a gun.
Have a gun.
Absolutely.
There you go. All right, so North American Arms mini revolver, and you do have a semi-auto, but you're really known for the mini revolver.
Absolutely, that's our
fair?
bread and butter.
Okay.
100%.
All right, so 22 and 22 Magnum.
22 Magnum, and even 22 short.
Oh, okay. So we're talking 4 inches, 5 inches long.
Oh yeah. Overall length, 4 inches or so.
I mean, there's a little bit. I've had one for years.
Right.
And people go, well, it's tiny. What could you do with that? Well, you'd be surprised,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah, you're 100% right. 22 is a very dangerous caliber. I'll tell you what, if someone were pointing a gun at me, I don't care what the caliber is, I would drastically change my behavior.
Well, and the other thing is, yes, would you rather have a 9 or a 40? Yes, we'd actually rather have a bazooka.
Sure.
You know, but the whole idea, and some people actually don't quite understand the concept of what a self-defense firearm does for you. It gives you standoff distance, so you don't have to be in contact distance. So when the guy has a knife, you don't have to get inside of the knife to try to stop him. You can stand back here and project force over to where he is to persuade him to quit doing whatever the heck he's doing. And a 22 projects force quite well.
Yes, it does.
And we were having this conversation last night or yesterday. We were talking about people say, yeah, but what can you hit with it? So actually, the gun is inherently accurate, right?
Yeah.
Put it in a vise, clamp it down. The darn thing shoots great. The only challenge there is it's small. Small guns are inherently more challenging to shoot.
Correct.
Short barrel, short sight radius, all of that. But one of the fun things I've done, and I know you've done it, go out to the range and say, okay, let's just see what we can do with this and start backing up, right?
Right.
So, I mean, how far back? I mean, 7 yards is easy. It really is. Making shots, because people think, well, that's like a 2-foot gun. Yeah, it is, but it's also a 7-yard gun. It's also, if you take your time, it could be a 15-yard gun.
You're absolutely correct. And I'm a terrible shot to begin with, but I mean, I've had people come up to me, and there's a video on YouTube of a gentleman popping balloons at 50 yards.
Really?
With our 2-inch a 2-inch Black Widow.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Amazing stuff. All right. How would you choose between the 22 long rifle and the 22 Magnum? What's the criteria? How do people make that decision? You know,
personal preference. It's what exactly. We leave it up to them. I mean, all of our guns are convenient, reliable, and effective, and so it's all about personal preference. Ammo availability, ammo choices, things like that. I'll tell you, I've seen some amazing things with that Hornady 45 grain critical defense round.
That's true. We now have self-defense rounds in 22.
Yeah, the anecdotal evidence I've seen on these critical defense rounds is they expand like the 380s, they penetrate like the 380s. It's just the energy transfer just isn't there, obviously. But I mean, you're getting amazing. And
this is an all-steel gun.
All steel, 17.4 stainless steel throughout the entire thing. Made in Provo, Utah.
Made in Provo, Utah. Made in the USA, all steel, single action. I guess we need to explain that it is a single action revolver that has. And for safety, I want us to talk about this for a second. A very specific way that you should position or set up the gun for carry, right?
Absolutely. So single action revolver means the trigger does one thing, drops the hammer. So you have to pull the hammer back every time to fire a round.
Right.
But obviously you want to carry this thing fully loaded. So what we've done is we've engineered what we call the safety notch on the cylinder, on the back of the cylinder. In between each of the chambers, we've milled a notch. And what you can do is this allows you to load up your cylinder, rotate the cylinder around, drop the hammer down into that notch. So it's resting on metal and not on the live round. So heaven forbid you drop it or something happens, all the energy is transferred from the hammer into the metal and not into the rim of the cartridge.
Exactly. So you've got a safety notch. You set it up that way. You have a number of holsters available for it, but it is small enough, I mean, to go in a front pants pocket. It literally could go into a shirt pocket.
It can. I've seen it. I've seen it done. I have so many people come up to me and say, "Oh, North American Arms, look at this." Comes right out of a pocket somewhere.
Yeah, you never know which pocket's going to come out of. But it's, and as we say, it's the gun you carry when you can't carry the gun.
Exactly.
And no one would say, "Well, gee, I'm going to go to a gunfight. I think I will take this one."
Oh yeah.
But I always say, but if I was invited to go to a gunfight, I would decline.
Right.
Why don't we just not do that?
Right.
So, because they happen when you don't think they're going to happen, and you're going to go run to the store at night. You're going to just throw this thing in your pocket.
Right. You got to go get a gallon of milk at midnight, put it in your pocket. You're going to go jogging on a trail, put some snake shot in it, a couple of hollow points.
Ryan's just tell us he carries one with snake shot when he's out in the bayou.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's perfect for all situations.
So what do these cost?
All of our products retail from about $225 up to $450. That's the higher end of the semi-automatics.
Right.
But yeah, in the mini revolver range, you're between $225 and $350, depending on the
got
dealer.
them from like 1-inch barrels. You got longer barrels. Semi sights to some pretty decent size.
Absolutely. Yeah, the barrel lengths 1 inch all the way up to 6 inches actually in our 6-inch hogleg Earl. Sights vary from bead sights to adjustable sights on our Black Widows and Mini Masters, low profile fixed sights.
You even have accessories.
Yeah, and exactly. XS does some great stuff for us too, and DeSantis and a whole lot of other holster manufacturers as well.
I have that little leather, almost a pouch holster that you have. I think it was designed by Thad Ribka years and years ago. Works great. Holster stays inside. And I would hasten to say, if you're going to carry one of these revolvers, get a holster. Even if you're going to stick it in your pocket, slide it into one of these little sheath holsters because it prevents things from getting on against the trigger. It keeps the gun clean. It keeps all the lint out of your revolver. And then with these holsters, the way they're designed, when you grab the grip, the holster stays in your pocket.
Yes.
And the gun comes out.
Yeah, it's designed to keep the gun indexed in the right direction in case, God forbid, you ever have to use it.
Right. Exactly. Well, the reason you carry is because you might. You hope you don't. But it's kind of your last-ditch effort. It's also, and I want to add this, it's a heck of a backup gun. If you're carrying a regular gun, you say, yeah, but I'd really like to have a backup gun. This is like a nothing thing. I mean, it's just like carrying nothing.
Exactly. I mean, we're talking about 4.5 ounces.
Yeah.
It's unnoticeable.
Yeah, and I know, I happen to know there are a lot of police officers who carry these as backups.
100%. Law enforcement is a big cross-section of our market.
So we got good ammo for them now. The 22 Magnum self-defense loads are pretty impressive. The other thing is, it's fun. I mean, we talk about the utility of it. It's a fun little revolver.
It is. You take that to the range, and you see and they're loud too. You pull the trigger on that 22 Magnum, it is loud, and everybody turns and looks. And what was that? Well, then you've got this tiny little
the conversation. You go, oh wow, that's really something. So, you got a loud gun, shoots actually a good performing self-defense load. People say, well, it's not like a 45. No, it's not. but the 45 is back in the safe.
Exactly.
This is in your pocket. Now, which would you rather have?
Exactly.
The 45 is in the safe or this gun in your pocket? First rule of gunfighting, always have a gun.
Yes, sir.
So there you go. All right, how can they find out more about it?
To find out more about us, they can go to our website, NorthAmericanArms.com. They can find us on Facebook. We're North American Arms on Facebook, and we'd love to hear from them.
American company, made in Provo, Utah, NorthAmericanArms.com. That'll take care of it. Kenny, thank you so much.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
All right, don't go anywhere. We're at the IWA Show. We're in the Ruger booth. We'll be right back.
The XDM 3.8 Compact from Springfield Armory is 2 guns in 1. Use as your concealed carry gun with a compact magazine and use the extended magazine for home defense. Carry 13 rounds of 9mm in the compact magazine and a whopping 19 rounds in the extended magazine. To see the entire family of Springfield Armory XDM pistols, go to SpringfieldArmory.com. That's SpringfieldArmory.com.
Responsible owners control access to their firearms, even when they may need them in a hurry. Liberty Safe, the nation's leader in gun safes, offers 6 models of handgun vaults. Strong, simple to use, open with a key or fingerprint. Put your handgun in the compact vault, lock it away until you need it. Then it's in your hand almost instantly. Pick the Liberty Safe handgun vault that's right for you. LibertySafeHD.com.
Hardcore tactical professionals who put their lives on the line every day depend on Surefire. For decades, Surefire has built the first and finest professional-grade flashlights, weapon-mounted lights, hearing protection, and suppressors. We build the best because lives depend on it. And we know failure is not an option. We design, engineer, and manufacture Surefire products right here in the U.S. For you, for your loved ones, Surefire. American built, American strong. Surefire.com.
Every crossbreed holster is handmade based on the design invented by our founder. A Kydex pocket molded around your gun for perfect retention. Leather backing for comfort. Specially designed clips allow you to tuck in your shirt for complete concealment. The highest quality mag carriers and belts sturdy enough to hold any gun. Our holsters come with a lifetime warranty and 2-week try-it-free guarantee. Crossbreed. Conceal and carry the cross. CrossbreedHolsters.com.
Welcome back to Gun Talk. Howard Ball over here. We're at the Ruger booth at the IWA Show, having fun. Joined by some of our friends, always. And Paul, we've done this before. Paul Lemke from Polycase. We've talked about your product, but it was kind of early on in people getting to know it. That's changed now.
Changed considerably, yes. Not only have we had a great launch of the ammunition, we've added several new cartridges to our lineup.
Right.
But, of course, we've also joined forces with Ruger in the release of Ruger ammunition.
Big deal.
Very big deal.
And I guess we ought to at least, because there are going to be some people say, I don't know what you're talking about. Let's back up to the beginning. Polycase Ammo, what is it?
Polycase Ammo is a polymer copper matrix bullet, which what we did is we made a lightweight bullet that would reduce recoil. And that's exactly what Ruger was very interested in, the fact that we had reduced recoil. So it functions great, for example, in LCP.
Okay.
Which,
so you got a lightweight gun that can kick a lot.
That's exactly right.
So you reduce the recoil by using a lighter weight bullet that goes fast. And then I'm going to add, to really screw everything up, it's also a non-expanding bullet.
That's exactly right.
And people go, well, then what good is it? And then you go, but wait, there's more.
There's a lot more now.
Yeah.
Well, so two of the different challenges that we were trying to overcome as compared to hollow points, for example, and I'm generalizing when I say hollow points. One was that expansion piece. Of course, in order to have an effective hollow point, you have to have that mechanical transformation, which has to occur, right?
Right. You need the energy to make that happen.
That's exactly right. And the second piece, of course, is feeding. So Polycase, the ARX bullet in particular, is known for its round nose profile. So, yes, there's a fluted design in the bullet, yet it retains a round nose profile, which allows it to feed in every gun.
So it feels like an FMJ.
Exactly right.
Okay, but once it contacts, and this is the weird part, and people say, but it's non-expanding. I say, yeah, but for forever, I mean, and you go way back. You've done a lot of interesting, let's call it defensive military type work. How's that? In strange parts of the world. So we always said, we actually use the word expanding bullet to mean a destructive bullet, something that destroys tissue.
That's exactly
that's all we had, right? So now you have a non-expanding bullet, but it still is disruptive of tissue the way an expanding bullet is.
Exactly right. So what this does is, as it hits soft tissue, it will actually funnel the soft tissue through flutes that are flutes or grooves that are etched into the design of this or of this bullet.
Right.
Okay. And what those flutes will do when they grasp on or grab onto the soft tissue is they will then shoot out the soft tissue laterally at nearly twice the speed of the velocity of the bullet. What that does, Tom?
Let me explain what that is.
Yes,
all right?
Exactly.
I use the garden hose.
Oh, yes.
All right, I like this. You take your garden hose, you just got a garden hose, you pour the water out, and it's squirting out. Now you put your thumb over the top of it, and you press down on it, and then you can make the water squirt out in two directions at once, going at high speed.
Exactly right.
That's what your bullet's doing.
Further and faster.
Faster than the big stream was going.
That's exactly right.
That's what your bullet's doing. It's actually squirting the fluids, if you will, out to the sides faster than the bullet is going, causing the destruction.
That's exactly right. A massive cavity.
Yep. There you go.
Or cavitation.
Right. So now you got, let's see, low recoil, light bullet, going fast, feeds well, and is destructive.
Well, it's less muzzle flip.
Oh, yeah.
Which means faster follow-up shots that are on target.
Yep. So why would this not be a great carry ammo? Can't think of a reason.
I cannot think of a reason, no.
Well, the other question is, how does it shoot? I mean, is it accurate?
It's highly accurate. Tom, just to give you an idea, we have quite a few competition shooters have wrote to us, and they've said, listen, this is my new competition ammo.
No, really?
They say that it shoots much more accurate than ammunition that they've been using for years.
Okay.
They're always asking us for bullets so that they can load them themselves.
Okay.
Of course, unfortunately, we're not in a position to...
You're not making bullets for him.
No, not yet.
They're not components. Well, you're using all you can make right now in loaded ammo.
That's exactly right. But
especially now that Ruger's on board. I mean, I don't have any idea. You don't have any idea how much you're going to sell.
No, we don't.
All you can make.
We sure hope so.
I think that's where you are. All you can make. Where's this being made?
We're making this ammunition in Savannah, Georgia. Okay. We use injection molding, which is a very new technology for manufacturing ammunition. It's very effective, highly efficient, and it makes bullets that are very concentric. So that's what allows for this precision.
For those who don't know, the typical jacketed bullet, you've got lead inside and a copper jacket on the outside. If there's any difference in the thickness of the jacket wall, say left and right, just for example, then you would have actually more lead on one side than the other. And now it's like throwing one of those weighted goofy balls that flops, flop, 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 and the bullet actually won't track true. So if you eliminate the whole jacket, then it's homogeneous and uniform throughout.
That's correct. That is absolutely correct, Tom.
Okay. So what are we looking at? You said you got some new calibers. What are we talking about here?
Well, we recently launched 38 Special. Mm-hmm. That was fantastic. We've had a lot of our friends, customers, we call partners, that have really enjoyed that extremely low recoil cartridge. And the beautiful thing about the 38 Special is not only is it extremely low recoil, but it's also achieving that terminal performance.
Right.
In our testing, at least, that we would come to expect from this ARX bullet.
So out of a small carry revolver like the Ruger LCR, now you've really reduced the recoil.
That's exactly right. This is almost custom-made for that LCR and other small 38 Specials. We also have several other offerings coming up in the next few months. I don't know if I want to ruin it, right now, but
I think I saw a rifle round or two.
We got some of that, and we also, of course, Ruger's pretty well known for their wheel guns, so we've got some exciting wheel gun offerings coming up in the very near future also.
And something we can hunt with?
Most definitely.
That would be pretty slick.
Most definitely.
Yeah, because I'm just thinking now, okay, I'm playing with the idea. If you've got higher velocity, you have flatter trajectory, which is going to give you a little bit better range on your hunting handgun.
Most definitely. Yep. Well, we hunt with this ammunition regularly.
Yeah?
I mean, frankly, that's one of the best ways to gather empirical evidence and data. I don't know how well.
What are you doing? Oh, we're tissue testing. That's what we're
tissue
doing.
testing, right.
We're shooting hogs is what we're actually doing.
That's exactly what we're doing.
And
we do it quite often.
Bacon. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, because you got a lot of hogs in your part of the world, too.
We sure do. Certain places more than others.
And certain places not as many as there used to be.
No.
Where you guys have been testing.
That's right. We're making the farmers very happy.
There you go. That's right. And it's all about the bacon. I mean, come on.
Of course.
Like the guy says, hey, man, you had me at bacon. You don't have to say anything more. I'm there, right? I get to shoot guns and get bacon. So, all right, so it's Polycase Ammo. And now under the Ruger name, what are we calling it?
It's a Ruger ammunition, Ruger
right.
ARX.
ARX.
ARX, correct.
Okay.
And it's offered at fine retailers from east to west, north to south.
So if you're a gun store and you don't have it, you can get it. Just call your distributor.
Exactly. Call your distributor, your buying group, or Polycase Ammunition.
Okay.
Polycaseammo.com. We have a site there where you can leave your information, and you will definitely get a call back.
Okay. So, and the thing is, this is one of those that you got to try it. We took it out. We just said, well, let's shoot a little video. I wonder what this will do. And Ryan was shooting it, and it was kind of like one of those things. You shoot the first round, you go, whoa, that's different. And then he said, we're just seeing no muzzle flip. We're looking at it in video and going, muzzle's not rising. And then we said, okay, we got to try this on something, right? So we got our water jugs and lined all them up and shot it. Blew the snot out of them. I mean, because you're thinking, oh, it's like an FMJ. It's going to punch a hole. No.
Nope.
We got good penetration, and we blew them up.
That's the hydraulic force. It's the cavitation that we're talking about. It's incredible, and I really challenge all of our listeners to try out the ammunition. I mean, it's
once you
very exciting.
Once you it, you go, wow, this is pretty cool stuff. Well, congratulations, and I can't wait to hear about the new loads you have. This is going to be fun.
Outstanding.
Polycaseammo.com?
Yes, it is.
All right, that'll work. All right, thank you, sir. It is. We're at the IWA Show. We are in Nuremberg, Germany, of course, and we're having a bunch of fun, obviously, just goofing off here, talking to our buddies about guns and shooting and ammo and Polycase, and we're having a great time. Don't go far. We'll be right back.
From the Ruger booth on the show floor at the IWA Outdoor Classic Show, once again, here's Tom.
Welcome back to Gun Talk. Having a bunch of fun over here. We're still in the Ruger booth because, well, they haven't been able to get rid of us yet, although they may try. We're joined by Mark Schreiber from CRKT, the knife company, Columbia River Knife and Tool.
That's correct. You've got it right, Tom.
Okay, right there in Oregon?
Yeah, Tualatin, Oregon, right outside of Portland.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are you guys doing here?
Well, we're here. We've been exhibiting at this show for, longer than I can remember. Columbia River Knife and Tool has been around almost 22 years.
22 years?
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Founded by Rod Bremer.
Right.
And we're over here to, meet with our international distributors, tell them about our knives, tell them about the new introductions that we've got this year.
Now, is this your first time at IWA?
This is actually my third time at IWA.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a little bit of a veteran. But
you're a veteran. That's right. Well, I've only been here just my second time.
Oh, okay.
So,
you're about the first person I met that hasn't been here as many
times
as I have. So.
I'm more of a newbie than you are.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Are you here so that you can start, bringing your product to the European market?
Our product's been in the European market for quite some time. So It's a combination of meeting with our international customers and distributors throughout Europe and some of the other countries, as well as we spend quite a bit of time talking to the press as well, magazines and others that cover knives, and we're very accessible to them. We like to show them all the new products because we typically come out with 40-plus new products a year.
Yeah, you've always got a whole bunch of new products.
We've always got some new exciting stuff. So,
how is the European market different? Different products, different way they look at things?
Well, it's a different products, and much like in the United States, you have different laws that impact which countries, what kind of knives each country are legal.
Huh.
So, in a particular country, some of our assisted opening knives may or may not be legal.
Right.
Folding knives that lock or don't lock depends. So you have to tailor it to that market, some of the interests and the styles that they have over there as well. So there may be more of an interest in tactical knives or that, others hunting and those types of pursuits.
Is it mostly utilitarian, or is there much in the way of collecting here?
It's more utilitarian, but there certainly are some collectors, and there's some longtime CRKT fans that follow not only us, but follow the different designers that we work with and like to collect all their different models.
Well, and that's maybe a good point we ought to talk about, is that one of the things you guys do is you work with top knife designers.
That's correct. That's really been our model, and it's one of the things that set us apart. Currently we work with nearly 40 different designers. Wow. So from bringing all different styles of knives, fixed blades, folders, unique opening mechanisms, unique safety mechanisms.
There's some exotic stuff in
there really is. There really is. And we've also got products that aren't knives as well. So different tools, tomahawks, for example, have become quite...
What's that all about? Tomahawks have become a thing.
They really have become a thing. And we happen to work with Ryan Johnson of RMJ Tactical out of Chattanooga, Tennessee, and he's one of the foremost designers of tactical tomahawks, and he brought some designs to us.
It sounds like you're making this stuff up.
I know it does, but
the tactical tomahawk. But no, it is actually a real thing.
It is a real thing.
Holy cow!
Yeah.
If I got a hold of one of those things, you just need to call 911 right now, because somebody's going to get hurt. And probably going to be me.
Well, we'll keep it away from you.
That's right. So. That's right. At least bring me the bleed kit, right?
Yep.
Now, I got a question for you. As a knife maker, you guys have been at this a long time. How do you get your knives so sharp?
It's really our supplier partners that we work with. We have very high quality standards that we ask them to adhere to, and they have expert sharpeners that can do that. We work with a local guy as well.
Is it the machine process?
It's the machining and the blade grinding, and it's really a skill, and that gets honed over years and years, and we tell our suppliers what our standards are, and they work hard to meet it.
Wow, that's pretty cool. So and I know that. You guys make everything from hunting knives to defensive knives to just some of the things you make are just, there's no other word to call it but pretty.
Yeah, they really are.
Gorgeous knives.
Knives are a work of art if you start to look at it. The different materials, the shape of the blade, the handle, how the lines go together. And, there's certain designers. I mean, you look at their knives, and it's an absolute work of art.
So how do you locate the artist you want to work with?
Well, the beauty is being in the industry this long, the designers have located us.
Oh, they come to you
So in
now.
the beginning, we found a few, and we were working hard.
Right.
Rod Bremer, our founder, was out, going to the different shows and meeting designers and working with it. But as we grew and as our reputation grew and we'd started to gain a little bit of a presence, we got the reputation of, being a company that's open to different styles and different designers working with them and treats their designers well. And so we've had a lot of them that come to us. We get an amazing number of submissions that we have to go through every year in terms of deciding what to bring into the line.
Pick two that you're showing here that are cool and new.
Well, two. Okay, number one.
Hard,
it is hard because we haven't even talked about the Ruger product line.
That's right. We're going to get to that.
I know we will.
We're going to get to that.
Number one is we're really excited about a new program we've introduced this year called Forged by War. And what we're doing is we're working with a set of veterans that served time and have come back, and their way of dealing with some of their post-traumatic stress was to forge knives. They worked actually with Ryan Johnson, who I mentioned earlier, and Ryan came to us and said, hey, there's some guys here that are doing this. It'd be really nice if you were able to produce some of their knives and tools.
Holy
so
cow.
Actually what we've done is we've got 3 new tools, 2 knives, and a tactical pack axe, if you will, that we're introducing this year. And what we're doing with those knives is we're not only paying the designers a royalty, but then we're giving 10% of our net profits back to a charity of the designer's choice.
Wow.
So a couple of the designers have picked the Green Beret Foundation as their charity.
Right.
Another designer has picked Purple Heart Homes as their charity. So we're really proud to be able to do that.
That is terrific.
Yeah, so that's part of our Forged by War program.
All right, I'm going to hold on.
Yep.
We're have to take a quick break because I know you got another thing you want to tell me about, and then we're going to talk about theGer knives
there
too,
we go.
Because they're pretty cool too. For those who don't know, how do they get a hold of you? What's the best? Is the website?
The best is our website, www.crkt.com. It's got all our information, all our contact, all of our social media accounts, everything right there.
CRKT.com. That'll get it. All right, we're going to be right back. We're talking with Mark Schreiber. I screwed it up again.
That's okay. Been called worse. It's Mark Schreiber.
Schreiber, thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're going to get there. All right, don't go far. We'll be right back with more Gun Talk.
The world can be a dangerous place. Gear up with the industry's original and most trusted laser sighting system from Crimson Trace. Equipping your firearm with laser and light systems will enhance your effectiveness and help keep you and your family out of harm's way. Call 800-442-2406 or visit crimsontrace.com and receive a free copy of our new laser training video, The Laser's Edge. Crimson Trace.
Hi, this is Sarah. A silencer is today's most popular firearm accessory because it makes shooting sports more enjoyable. You're able to wear little or no hearing protection, and it decreases recoil, offering greater shooting accuracy. It's perfect for hunters and those who want more social interaction during shooting sports. So why are you waiting? SilencerShop.com is easier and faster than buying one off the shelf because they handle all the details, and they have the largest selection of top brands. Visit SilencerShop.com to find a silencer for your firearm.
In the war on terror, fighting crime in the streets, in competition and homes around the world, one name in firearms stands out: Sig Sauer. Our pistols and rifles are renowned for their unfailing performance. This same commitment to excellence can be found in our line of SigTac accessories and the training offered by the Sig Sauer Academy. For unmatched quality, reliability, and innovation when it counts, choose Sig Sauer. Visit SigSauer.com today.
You're at a gun store and your phone tells you about hot deals. Want to know about special offers? No problem when you have GunDealio, the free app for your smartphone. GunDealio delivers the latest deals on guns, ammo, and extras direct to your phone. Don't overpay for your shooting gear. Get GunDealio. It's free at the App Store and Google Play. Trigger the deals with GunDealio. GunDealio.com.
In the field or on the range, you need a trigger you can trust. For over 60 years, Timney triggers have been trusted by hunters and shooters everywhere. A Timney trigger could mean the difference between a great shot and a miss. Timney triggers are proudly made in the USA and come with a lifetime warranty. To order, go to timneytriggers.com. That's TIMNEY triggers.com.
And we're back. We are at the IWA Show, of course. We're still talking knives about CRKT. Mark, you were telling me before we went to the break, I said, hardest thing ever. Pick two things to tell me about. You got like 40 new products out, right?
Yeah.
All right. So I know you're moving on. I'll even cut you a break. You can give me two more. How's that?
Two more. Okay.
All right, go for it.
Well, since we're over here in Europe, I'm going to tell you about a couple of new knives we have from a designer out of Denmark named Jesper Voxnes. And he's introduced.
Easy for you to say, yeah.
Yeah,
right.
He's introduced a knife called the Amicus, which is a folding knife, stout stainless steel handle, stainless steel blade. It's good for outdoor use or everyday carry. So we're excited about that. It's gotten a lot of attention here at the show.
Okay.
And another one is the Outrage by Ken Onion. It's actually
there's a name that a lot of people know.
Yeah, there's a name that a lot of people know, and that particular knife is on the cover of our catalog. We introduced it actually in the middle of last year, but it's something that we've been so excited about. We're continuing to promote. It's another folding knife with true Ken Onion style to it. Aluminum handles, IKBS ball bearings around the pivot, so it opens very smoothly with just a flick of the flipper on your finger, and it just comes right open, and we're excited about that as well.
Now, do you do any limited editions?
We do, actually. As a matter of fact, we've introduced a couple of limited editions that are available exclusively at BladeHQ.com right now. They're collaborations with Lucas Burnley. So we've taken an inline product of ours. One of them is the Squid, and another is the Obaki, and we've made custom handle textures on them, custom materials or colors, and introduced those.
And limited to a certain number?
Yeah, so in those particular cases, it's a 500-piece run. So we've done that, and it's exclusive there, and they're all serialized.
Right.
You can get them there.
Very cool. All right, now back at work, I've got on my desk like 10 different Ruger knives there, and they are like the coolest things ever. It's a really neat collaboration you guys are doing.
It really is. We're excited about it. It's actually been nearly 2 years in the making from when we first started talking to to Ruger about that. They approached us actually at IWA a couple of years ago and came to us and said, hey, we want a line of knives. We want to work with the best in the industry. We know how you guys operate, and we like your model of working with different designers to create it. So we'd like to have you build a line of knives for us.
Well, of course, the neat part is, I mean, I know the guys at Ruger, they're knife guys.
Yes, they are.
They're not knife makers, but they're knife fans.
They are big-time knife fans.
Yeah.
Every time they come by our booth, it's like kids in a candy store, so it's great.
So they came to you guys and said, let's do knives. Yeah. How'd you decide what you were going to do?
Well, what we did is we identified a handful of designers. We picked 5 different designers, and we told them what our plans were for Ruger, and we asked them, take a look at Ruger, look at their catalog, look at their products, look at their firearms, and draw some cues from that to infuse your designs with Ruger elements.
Right.
And so we worked with the likes of Bill Harsey, who went back and studied the history of Ruger. He could probably tell you more about Ruger than most people in this booth, because he went that far back to come up with some of his designs and introduce into a couple of his fixed blade hunters.
Okay.
That have just some they're a classic look, but with kind of updated styling and handle materials. And he did the same thing with a couple of folding knives, and I know one of them that you know, the big going heavy.
Yeah.
He took that. He's got a unique handle pattern that's aluminum machined. We've actually applied for a design patent for it because it's so unique, and it matches the Picatinny rail on the Ruger Precision Rifle and the Ruger ARs.
That's there's a connection. You look at it and go, yeah, I recognize a little bit of that.
Yep.
You know, or it may one of them may have the checkering pattern.
Exactly, the checkering pattern. We have a little fixed blade knife that has a Ruger 6-cylinder bead on it. We've added a cylinder to the pivot on some of the knives as well. So each one you can see different elements of Ruger.
I got to tell you, I picked up the going heavy knife.
Yep.
Picked this up, opened it up, and said, you could cut your way out of a helicopter with this thing.
You pretty much.
I mean, this thing is awesome.
Yeah, it really is.
It's like you want to go find something really hard to do with this thing. It's just that kind of a knife.
It is.
So what's it for? Is it just because it's cool, or do people actually use it?
Some people actually use it. Bill, for example, Bill Harsey, the designer, he's got big hands, and so he wanted a knife that was really fit his hand.
Right.
And the way that handle pattern is, it's actually fairly lightweight with the aluminum.
Right.
So people will use it for everyday carry. Someone like me, it's just cool to have.
Yeah.
And for those that maybe want something a little smaller, we introduced a compact version of the same thing.
That's what I like.
So.
Yeah, that works for me.
Yeah.
I don't know if we told you what we did. We actually took these knives, and we have 9 employees. And we laid them all out and said, all right, here's the deal, guys. By order of seniority, pick the one you want. And the ladies were all in. I mean, they were, you know, and they're picking out theirs, and it was pretty cool to watch the process.
Excellent.
There. So that was a fun deal.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So it's a chance for them to look at, and they're branded Ruger knives, but they make no bones about the fact that they're made by CRKT.
They don't, and that was actually part of the partnership. They wanted the CRKT brand to be part of the knife because it authenticates the knife. It shows that it's coming from a reputable manufacturer.
Yeah, we didn't go to China.
Right.
We did not have these things. These would be actually being made by CRKT, an Oregon company.
Yep.
This is who we are as Ruger. It's a great partnership.
It really is a great partnership, and
so
we're
what are we going to
be
seeing? All right, that's what we've done so far.
Yeah.
What are we looking at down the road?
Well, we've got now, you saw 10 knives, and we actually are introducing the full line of 25 knives. For the first year, they're all here at the show.
Okay.
And they'll be available at Ruger dealers and various gun shops beginning in April 1st, so you'll see that. And, of course, we're already working on the 2017-2018 product line. We've got a plan there. We're not going to have 25 the next year, but we're going to build out the line. We have some other products and other categories.
Do you have the Ruger knives on your website also?
They're actually available at shopruger.com.
At the shopruger.com
website.
You can buy them directly there.
You can buy there. If you go to CRKT, we will point you over to Shop Ruger, so you can find them either way.
Check out your local dealer. If you can't find them there, you can go to shopruger.com.
That's right.
Check it out. They got big ones, you got little ones, you got ones you can cut your way out of anything with.
Exactly.
I mean, it's pretty crazy. I mean, who knows? There may be a tactical tomahawk in there.
There may be.
Somewhere.
You never know.
Because I've known you guys a long time, and I can say this with love. You guys really are just a little bit crazy.
Just a little bit. And we appreciate that.
Thanks so much.
Hey, thank you, Tom.
All right.
My pleasure.
We'll be right back with more Gun Talk. All right, back with you here at the IWA Show. Tom Gresham visiting with Ryan Gresham joining me right now. I've been wandering the floor, and you've been bugging people as you tend to do.
I do that. It's my skill.
Everybody's got to have a skill.
That's right.
There you go. Yeah, one of the things I was thinking about is, well, we've talked about how there is a vibrant hunting and shooting community here. I also have had several people come up and say, what we don't have here is we don't have a Second Amendment. And they talk about, you guys really... It's almost like they want to just grab your arm and talk to you, look you in the eye, right?
Listen to me.
They do. They just want to say, listen, you guys have the Second Amendment. You have to protect the Second Amendment. We don't have that here. We're not able to do the things that you do. We can't own the guns the way you do. It's like they just want to grab you and say, hold on to this. Don't let go of this.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have a lot of different elements of that. Obviously, there are restrictions here, but you also have... you still have people who remember or who've been through World War II.
Yeah.
And what happened then?
Yeah.
No,
exactly. And you have the museums here, and you see, the damage that was done, and all these reminders right here in Nuremberg.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
If ever there was a name that rings, it's Nuremberg.
Yeah. Phew.
So, take that to what's going on in the U.S. right now.
Well, and so, we have to obviously stand up for our rights day to day, but we have some really important stuff happening with the elections. It's not just the presidential election.
Right.
There are going to be a lot of elections taking place in November.
Congressional elections, local elections, all of that.
And something we were talking about, somebody was mentioning yesterday, in particular they were talking with the NRA, you guys gearing up for the elections and all that. Absolutely. He says, you guys have enough money? Yeah. And he says, never, especially not in an election year.
No such thing.
They're going to spend $50 million to try to support candidates who are pro-gun rights.
Which, when you look at the budgets for just any single presidential candidate, $50 million is not much money. And then you spread that $50 million over not just the presidential election, but all the states, the national elections, local elections, all of that, governor's elections.
And it's not just electing politicians. They're voting on ballot measures, referendum stuff.
Yep, it's a good point.
Crazy stuff that certain states are trying to pass.
The so-called universal background check in Nevada.
Yep.
We have a vote there, and it takes just pure money. You've got to put a message out because Michael Bloomberg says he's good for $50 million. He said, I'll do $50 million by myself.
Oh, yeah, just write a check.
Write a check. Easy. It's like you pull it out of his back pocket.
Yeah. So what's important in this is, we talk about it all the time, but it's even more important today, is to support your preferred gun rights group.
Pick a group. I don't care.
Pick a group.
Honestly, people say, which is the group? Pretty much just pick a group. If they've been around for a while and they've got a real track record, not somebody who sends you emails all the time and says, hey, we're not the NRA, because there's a couple of those out there. But, if they really have a track record, support them. If you can support your state group, great. But, to your point exactly, but the NRA is the one who's putting the big bucks in, the real work. If you can throw into the hopper even as much as, a box of ammo.
Yeah.
Whatever you got.
Yeah, $20, whatever.
You got $20, throw it in there. Come on. You can't get a Big Mac for 4 people for $20 now.
Yeah. Buy a membership for, everybody in your family or whatever it may be. Or just send some money to...
Send it to ILA.
NRA, ILA. They do a lot of good work. It's like boots on the ground.
And frankly, people say, well, why aren't they? Well, you know what? They do a lot of stuff you don't know about.
Right.
People say, why don't they? Actually, maybe they did, but they didn't want everybody to know they did.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes it works better that way.
Yeah. And sometimes you actually don't really have a need to know.
Yeah.
It's better if you don't.
Trust me, they're working on it. Yeah. That's kind of like their full-time job.
Yeah. It's like when they say, we got the help of some Democrats here who don't want people to know that they helped us on this, but we still got it done.
Yeah. Like you were saying earlier in the show, it's about winning.
It's all about winning. That's right. There's nothing else. All right, tell you what, thank you for joining us for this hour. Don't go far because we're going to stay right here at IWA in Nuremberg, Germany. We'll be right back.